Tonight on Campus Radar, MUTV's Peter Bosch has an exclusive interview with community star Danny Pudi and to talk about his new role as a director.
And later on, I'm sitting down with an organization who's getting ready for a dance marathon. All that and your complete weather forecast. Campus Radar starts now.
This is your campus news source, MUTV News.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Fox.
And I'm Evan Peterson, and for our first story tonight, we don't have to go too far. Because here in the Deidre College of Communications, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reporter Meg Kissinger, along with several communication students, put together a series of stories that recently won a Polk Award.
Kissinger's series was on the state of mental health care that focused on the happenings locally as well as abroad in Belgium. The Polk Award is one of journalism's most prestigious honors, and we here at MUTV want to congratulate Meg and her student colleagues on their achievement. Congratulations!
Poynter Institute senior faculty member Kelly McBride is this year's keynote speaker at the Burley Media Ethics Lecture. This annual event, hosted by the Deidre College of Communication, centers around ethics in the media, with an emphasis on trust, truth, and why journalism ethics are going to be changing. This event is happening towards the end of February, so be sure to hurry and get your tickets.
The Department of History will host one of the university's Metcalf's chairs this semester on Monday, February 24th at 7 p.m. in Eckstein Hall. Dr. Khalil Gibran Muhammad will give a lecture titled Guilty Until Statistically Proven Innocent: How Data Destroyed the Promise of Civil Rights. For more information, contact Andrew Carl. Associate Professor of Theology here at Marquette, Dr. Marcus Plested, will present a lecture on the popular theological figure St. Thomas Aquinas. It's a free event, so if this sounds like something you're interested in, definitely be sure to reach out to the philosophy department.
Now, Nicole, that's not the only speaker coming to campus this February. Amina Gautier, an assistant professor of English at DePaul University, one of Marquette's Jesuit sister schools, will be reading some of her works on 19th century American literature. Gautier is an award-winning author and a published scholar, and anyone looking to attend can find more information online.
This Friday, February 21st, Autism Speaks U will be hosting a bake sale from noon to 4 p.m. in Weir Chemistry and Lallimore Hall. They will be selling puzzle piece-shaped cookies, and all proceeds and donations will benefit autism awareness and research.
Nicole, I love bake sales. I'm definitely going to be stopping by. It sounds like a great cause.
Yeah, Evan, I really think it's going to be a great event, and why not stop by on your way to class and buy some treats and donate to good cause.
Well, with that, coming up after the break, Nina Guzman has your weather forecast.
And still ahead, I'm sitting down with For the Kids. Don't go anywhere. MUTV will be right back. I'm here with Megan Wrights from For the Kids, and she's going to talk about their upcoming marathon.
Okay, so Dance Marathon is an organization at Marquette, obviously, and what we do is we raise money for Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. So Dance Marathons are actually all over the country. They're at 150 other schools, and so far they've raised $62 million total since starting in 1991. So it's pretty unbelievable. It's actually been at Marquette since 2011. So this year, really though, it's taken off. It's bigger than it's ever been before, with over 300 people signed up now, and we've already reached our goal of 10,000. So we're basically still pushing, and now we're saying our new goal is 15,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So people can still sign up for this event?
Yep, if they go to marquettedm.org, they can sign up or donate still.
So what can we expect from this event?
In the past at Marquette, it's been it's been focused on the good cause, which is awesome, but this year we're kind of giving it more of a party theme. So it's on a Saturday night, it's in the annex, there's a DJ, lights, food, and then of course the kids from the hospital will be there, but then also we have a cappella groups from Marquette, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I heard there's going to be special performances.
Yes,
Can you tell us about that?
We have Pure Dance coming, and then we also have the Melodies and the Golden Blues performing.
Oh, wow. It sounds like a
Yeah.
really fun event. What other, does the organization have any other events coming up, or?
We actually have Sobelman's tonight, so go get Sobelman's right now. You still probably have an hour and a half. It goes until they close between 10 or 11. They close when people leave. But otherwise, we've had bake sales and we've done canning at this last Marquette game, and we were able to raise a lot of money through that. So we've been blessed with the Marquette and Milwaukee community helping us out a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully you reach your new goal this Saturday. That'll be great.
Fingers are crossed.
Yeah. And so, is there anything else you want to let everyone know about your organization? Or
I would say just go on to marquettedm.org. There's more information about us there. And then just sign up and send out emails to get money and donate and reach your goals.
Okay, thank you, Megan. Well, back to you in the studio, Evan.
Thanks for the great interview, Nicole. Now, this weekend, Marquette alum and actor Danny Pudi visited campus to talk about his upcoming 30 for 30 documentary, Untucked. MUTV Assistant Sports Director Peter Bosch sat down with the community star to find out the inspiration behind his ESPN movie and what's up next.
All right, well, right now I'm joined with Marquette alum from the class of 2001, Diedrich College of Communication, and star of NBC's hit series Community, and now director of an ESPN 30 for 30 short film. Danny, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So can you just tell us a little bit about how the project came about, how it started?
What was your name again?
Peter.
Hey, Peter. So the project started actually with a conversation I had on Twitter with a friend, Dan Silver, who was involved with ESPN's 30 for 30 series. He's a producer there, and I'd been a huge fan of their series, and it literally was just like, just a conversation on Twitter, and then all of a sudden we kind of met. I had a couple conversations with him, and he asked if I had any interest in participating, if I had any ideas. I said yes. And I don't know why they agreed to it, but then I told them about this Marquette idea that I had about these jerseys, because I've always loved Marquette's jerseys. I think they're flashy. I think they're cool. I wish I could wear them all the time. I wear them to bed. And it turns out they agreed to do it, and here we are a year later. So I'm so excited, and it's been a really fun ride.
So you just talked about how you love Marquette jerseys. What was it like to be able to do a documentary about the school and your favorite sports program?
Well, Peter, it was awesome. I mean, because this is something I never really expected to happen. It's I've never directed anything, so it was like the chance to do something different was really cool. But especially because it was something that I just love, and I'm purely a fan. I love playing basketball, but you would feel awkward watching me play basketball. I'd feel fine, but you'd feel really uncomfortable for me, that I'd be injured in many ways. So to be able to do something like that and just appreciate it from a fan basis was really fun. I never really expected it.
So your character, Abed, on Community, he has a film degree. What do you think Abed would say to you, knowing that you had a film in Sundance, besides it being cool?
Well, I think first of all he would probably give me the double high five just to be like, kudos to you. And then I think he would probably just tear my film apart at all the different times we cut, at some of the archival footage, at some of the sync issues. I think he would probably analyze it from a historical perspective, because there's some archival components here. Talk about maybe some color. It would probably hurt me to talk to Abed about this film. I'm going to stick with my mom's opinion on this one.
What do you think you learned the most about yourself doing this, since it was new territory for you?
A couple things. I definitely learned that just because I like something doesn't mean everyone else does. There's certain things that you might just fall in love with while you're shooting, or little character things or stories. But I think for me, the tricky thing was trying to find a story that was well-rounded and that told one story and not 30. So I learned that I have a little bit of a scatterbrain kind of philosophy, and I had to sort of rein it in. It was a good exercise for that.
You just talked about it being tricky. What was the most challenging part, you think, of making this short film?
Well, I think for me, it's the first time I had this kind of experience, but when you're doing a documentary, at least for me, you realize the story changes every day, because all of a sudden someone says something that sends you on another journey through 1975, and someone's story about Al McGuire, and the championship run in '77 was another component of this story. Bo Ellis, just as a person growing up in Chicago. So there's so many different directions you can be taken in. And for me, it was a really fun project because I got to learn so much about that time period, which I think has really influenced the Marquette program today and the community overall. So, but it was really hard trying to pick out which stories were the ones that would tell this story the best, because they're all equally important and all very cool.
So big game tomorrow, big weekend for everyone. Any predictions for the game?
Thank you very much, Peter. Now, attention all freshmen. The day of getting your own apartment is slowly approaching, and the Office of Residence Life is helping you put your best foot forward. On February 26th, be sure to attend this spring's housing fair to learn more about the housing options for next year.
Switching gears over to sports, where the women's volleyball team has hired a new head coach. Ryan Tice will lead the Golden Eagles next season after the departure of Von Szymanski. Tice is the 5th Marquette volleyball coach in history. During his 6 seasons at Ohio University, he coached the Bobcats for 4 NCAA tournament appearances. Tice is a native of Wisconsin and graduated from UWM.
Sticking with the topic of women's sports, as the lacrosse team had their first game of the season in Baltimore as they took on Johns Hopkins University. The Golden Eagles fell to the Blue Jays 16-2. Scoring for Marquette were freshmen Amanda Bachniak and Julian Scherer. The Golden Eagles will be back in action next Tuesday, where they visit the Wildcats at Northwestern.
Now, if you weren't at either of the basketball games this past weekend, you really missed out. National Marquette Day proved to be a success, as both the men and women's teams found victories over Xavier. The women's team easily handled the Musketeers 75-54, leading for the way for Marquette was senior guard Katie Young with 19 points and 8 rebounds. On the men's side, Jake Thomas had 6 3-pointers to down the Musketeers 81-72. The women's team is in action right now, and the outplaying conference rival DePaul. So if you have a free night, head on over to catch in on the action. The men's team will be at home tomorrow taking on Doug McDermott and the Creighton Jays. And that is your Golden Eagle Sports Update.
Nicole, I just got to say, Marquette is doing awesome this year. I'm really excited to see the teams getting a lot of wins, and they're playing great.
Yeah, actually, I was at the game on National Marquette Day, and I thought it was great. They're having a great season, and I hope they continue to do so.
Well, as the weather continues to warm up, more sports are going to be going outside. And Nina, I'm looking at you. Please tell me we're going to be getting some warmer weather.
Well, it was pretty warm out today. Okay, so right now it's 39 degrees and a dew point of 12%. The humidity is 60% and the winds are west-southwest at 14 miles per hour. Okay, so the almanac. The high today was 48 and the low was 29. The average was 38 to 25. The records in history in 1936, it was 57 degrees, which seems pretty nice right now, and negative 17 in 1877. Thank God it wasn't that cold. All right, so around the nation in Seattle, it was 48 degrees. In Chicago, it was 39. In New York, it was 35. In Texas, it was 59. Around the state of Wisconsin, Eau Claire was 29 degrees. Madison, 37. Wausau, 31. Green Bay, 28. And I think we won in Milwaukee with 41. Tonight, it will be cloudy early, and then it'll clear later. And it'll be about 29 degrees with winds west. Okay, for 9 a.m. classes, it's going to be mostly sunny, 30 degrees. Okay. All you Beatles fans out there. The 5-day forecast on Wednesday is going to be 38 with a high and 31 for a low. Thursday, 41, it's going to be the hottest with a little bit of thunder and a low of 19. Friday, 27 Low of 12, Saturday 26, low of 8, Sunday 20, mostly cloudy with a low of 5. That's all we have tonight for weather. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Nina. It's nice to hear that's going to be warming up.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. From all of us here at MUTV, I'm Nicole Fox.
And I'm Evan Peterson. Good night, Marquette, and we'll see you next week.